Thousands of shipments of dangerous goods like gasoline, propane, and pesticides are transported every day on Canada's highways. The Transportation of Dangerous Goods, or TDG regulations, are intended to protect the public from the hazards of an accidental spill or leak. The TDG system provides information to everyone who comes in contact with the dangerous goods, including emergency responders if something goes wrong. The regulations make sure that a shipping document describes the dangerous goods. Safe packaging helps prevent spills and leaks. Safety marks such as labels and placards provide visual clues about the hazards of the dangerous goods. Emergency actions protect people and the environment in case of a spill or leak. Everyone who handles dangerous goods, including the person who loads or unloads, is responsible for making sure the goods are transported safely to their final destination. All the people involved should understand the hazards of each class of dangerous goods, recognize the hazards shown by labels and placards, carry a training certificate, handle dangerous goods carefully to prevent spills and leaks, and take action in case of a spill or leak. The person who prepares the shipment finds out the classification of the dangerous goods, packages the goods securely, completes a shipping document, labels and marks the packages, and provides placards if necessary. The person who accepts the shipment for transport checks that the shipping document is complete, makes sure that containers are labeled and marked, attaches placards if required, makes sure the dangerous goods are loaded and secured properly, and carries and delivers the shipping document with the goods. Everyone who handles, prepares for transport, or carries dangerous goods must be trained and certified. Your employer determines what type and level of training you need. If you are asked to supervise someone who has not received dangerous goods training, you are responsible for their actions. You have to be with them whenever they handle dangerous goods. The Dangerous Goods Training Certificate is issued by your employer and is good for 3 years. It is not valid unless it is signed by both you and your employer. It is not transferable. If you change employers, a certificate must be issued by your new employer. If you are self-employed, you can issue your own certificate. This means you have the responsibilities of both an employer and an employee. You must keep your certificate with you or near you because you have to produce it at the request of a dangerous goods inspector. Enforcement. Dangerous goods regulations are enforced by government-trained inspectors. They may be police officers, weigh-scale operators, or other government employees. Inspectors have the authority to search shipments or vehicles, seize and hold goods, take samples, make copies of documents, and refuse entry into Canada of shipments or vehicles. Just as you will have a certificate showing that you've been trained, inspectors have a certificate of designation showing the extent of their training and authorization. An inspector wants to know that you and your employer are making reasonable efforts to comply with the regulations. You must cooperate with any reasonable request which the inspector makes. The inspector will check to make sure your training certificate is current and valid. The shipping document is complete and correct. Dangerous goods are labeled and marked correctly. Vehicles are placarded if necessary. The dangerous goods are loaded, secured, and transported safely. The penalties for failing to obey the dangerous goods regulations can vary from fines to jail terms. Anyone involved can be charged, from the president of the company to a part-time employee. The best way to avoid problems is to make every effort to comply with the regulations.